Have you ever felt the clash of forgotten legends, where secondary shadows rise to eclipse the heroes they once admired? Imagine the resonant thud of armored boots on a makeshift stage, the acrid scent of simulated smoke mingling with the salty fervor of a cheering throng, lights piercing like lances through the haze as echoes of bygone battles reverberate in your chest, much like the unsung warriors in the shadows of Arthur's Round Table, yearning for their own Excalibur, or the overlooked gladiators in Rome's arenas, fighting not for glory but for a sliver of recognition. In episode 11 of Tojima Wants to be a Kamen Rider, released on December 13, 2025, we surge through the heart of the tournament arc, where middle-aged fanatics channel their rider obsessions into chaotic duels amid lurking shocker schemes. This chapter vibrates with a playful yet piercing energy, leaving me chuckling through a veil of melancholy, as if I perched in the bleachers myself, the crowd's heat pressing in, the air alive with the phantom rev of motorcycles long silenced. It's a riotous ode to underdog legacies, but what grips the soul is the veiled inquiry. When do the forgotten become the formidable, or do they merely perpetuate the cycle of overshadowed dreams? You sense the undercurrent surging, don't you? That sly tug toward the unsung, riddles of rivalry and redemption poised, questions like, what buried resentments propel a secondary rider to supremacy? The episode doesn't unmask its secrets lightly. It beckons you ringside, your pulse quickening, to witness the clash and savor the answers that mirror your own quests for validation. Propelling from episode 10's escalating tensions, where preliminary skirmishes mirrored the factional feuds in the Three Musketeers, alliances forged in absurdity amid impending betrayal, this installment spotlights overlooked icons. Picture the ritual combats of medieval justs, where lesser knights challenged the exalted for a taste of glory. Here, Tojima briefly tangles with a quirky foe in a comedic opener laced with pleas for genuine heroism, swiftly yielding to the raw intensity of Yukio as Tackle versus Mitsuba as Riderman. Their bout unearths layers of rider lore and personal vendettas, blending slapstick with visceral strikes, without exposing every feint's fallout, culminating in a verdict that resonates like the underdog triumphs in Cinderella Man, where perseverance reshapes legacies. The narrative transitions toward climactic finals, alliances teetering. I leaned forward, the arena's clamor thundering in my ears, suspense coiling like a rider's belt. What overlooked powers tip the scales? How do secondary shadows claim the light? These whispers of contention hover, urging you to step into the fray, to feel the impact and decode the desires that drive the duel. Episode 11 accelerates the tournament narrative by elevating secondary riders to the forefront, transforming parody into poignant commentary on Kamen Rider canon, akin to how Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse redefines multiversal underdogs. Revelations about Riderman's historical sidekick status surface, with twists in combat dynamics that subvert expectations, ending on a cliffhanger teasing Tojima's impending trials. Pacing throttles like a high-speed chase, balancing light-hearted brevity in Tojima's skirmish with prolonged emotional heft in the main duel for equilibrium. Dramatic balance excels, though the opener's whimsy tempers intensity. Fans often query cloudy aspects like Tackle's strongest claim and Riderman's defeat implications. Why elevate a one-off character? From Yakusuru Shibata's manga, Chapter 19, corresponding to this episode, Tackle's arc subverts lore. As Yuriko Misaki, Tackle in original Stronger series, she's a tragic figure killed off early, her strength, here a meta-reclamation of agency, a mechanic emphasizing forgotten characters' potential. Riderman, Joji Yuki, embodies perpetual secondary status, his loss clarifying thematic satire on franchise hierarchies, providing context that enriches the anime's humor as a critique of canon exclusion. Much like historical revisions in Arthurian legends where minor knights gain mythic stature, Tojima's fanaticism unveils deeper strata, his hidden wounds, midlife mockery of dreams, propelling motivations for purity, revealing growth through surprising deference. His choices surprise, transforming ego into allyship, consistent yet laced with humility, like Sancho Panza's grounded wisdom elevating Quixote. Yukio and Mitsuba shine. Yukio's ferocity exposes motivations of reclaimed narrative, surprising in her dominance, while Mitsuba's restraint reveals transformative vulnerability, his dialogue unearthing wounds of eternal overshadowing. Yukarisu adds quirky layers, her arc surprising in reluctant heroism, deepening the ensemble's psychological tapestry. You feel their ascension, as if suiting up beside them, masks cracking to reveal raw souls. Heroism's hierarchy interrogates identity's chains. Does obscurity breed true strength, manifesting in Yukio's triumph where sacrifice meets survival? Mitsuba's concession embodies despair's yield to hope's undercurrent, echoing Aristotelian catharsis, where struggles purge societal undervaluation. Nuanced expansions on rider archetypes and shocker parodies enrich the satirical cosmos, introducing rules of authentic transformation that complicate fan mimicry, adding meta-intrigue like the self-referential worlds in Deadpool. The script zings with poetic punch, sharp as a rider kick, lines during duels bear foreshadowing edge, impactful and witty, resonating like the banter in The Princess Bride. They immerse you in the verbal volley, as if taunts ring in your ears, hinting at heroic ambiguities that yearn for your witness to fully empower. Pierrot's animation ignites with kinetic flair, art direction layering bold rider hues against gritty tournament backdrops, symbolizing dreams' vibrancy amid reality's grind. Colors explode in henshin sequences, lighting forging heroic auras, shadows lurking in defeats, stillness and standoffs bursting into seamless motion, not flashy excess but a visual testament to aspiration's luminous beauty. Direction captures dynamically. Sweeping angles encompass arena spectacle, tight compositions amplify fraternal glares, editing pulses like a heartbeat, mirroring emotions as in Scorsese's fight scenes. The OST surges as a symphonic sidekick, motifs of epic synths elevating clashes, triumphant crescendos etching memory in victories. Silence, poignant in reflective lulls, roars louder than crowds, underscoring inner turmoils. Voice acting galvanizes. Tojima's CU fuses timbre with zealous fire and subtle quavers, embodying a fan's fervent soul, evoke Robin Williams' passionate whimsy in Dead Poets Society. The siblings' performers convey intense rivalry, pulling you into their armored psyches. This episode electrified me, jubilation shadowed by poignant reflection, like the hard-won bouts in Raging Bull, where victory bears the fighter's fractures. Moments of subversive dominance sparked wonder, yet inflicted scars of overlooked pain. The climax? A radiant fusion of legacies, a shattering strike that realigns hierarchies, evoking universal murmurs. What if your shadows held the true power, akin to David's sling felling Goliath, destiny in the disregarded? I felt the lights dim, leaving sparks in my veins, as if arena dust settled on my skin. Don't you crave that surge, the answers flickering just beyond the mask? Reversing the view, apparent flaws, tonal whimsy, dense lore, emerge as deliberate. Comedy underscores parody's heart, opacity invites rider canon dives. Critique balances. While pacing favors depth over breadth, it enriches themes, though humor may dilute drama for purists. A poised transformation, imperfections sharpening the satirical blade. Episode 11 shines in satirical wit and emotional resonance, its quirks amplifying heroic depth. It succeeds brilliantly, kickstarting the arc's satirical soul. Yet, as the arena empties, a poetic rumble stirs. What forgotten strengths lurk in your own secondary shadow, awaiting the tournament's call? What clash might unmask your destiny? Watching isn't mere fandom, it's henshin, the inevitable rev in your journey toward legend. Suit up, the rider demands your spark.